What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking on the link. Fair play here, and I am so glad to be back amongst the living. I hope everybody's been doing well lately. It's been a minute since I've been on here, but I have been working like a Hebrew slave, y'all. No lie. No lie. I just wanted to come on and touch bases, like I said, with a few tidbits and just a little bit of an update or whatever. And because I do a radio show on Wednesday nights, and I don't always have the opportunity to talk about everything that I want to talk about in those couple of hours that I'm on air. So anyway, let me just get started, y'all, because I only get like 15 minutes on this Spreaker thing. The first thing I just wanted to, I don't know if you call it an update or just shed a little bit of light on what's going on with Underground. There was an article that was posted on Ricky Smiley's website, and it reads that Oprah is saying that her network cannot afford Underground, and it just doesn't make good business sense. It says that John Legend has vowed to find a new home for his hit series, meaning he's still looking, y'all. He's still shopping around for somewhere for Underground after it was unexpectedly dropped by WGN America this month. Unfortunately for fans of the period drama about the Underground Railroad, that new home will not be owned. And of course, most of you already know that. According to Refinery 29, there were some rumors going around earlier that the Oprah Winfrey Network, along with Hulu and BET, were thinking of picking up the show. But alas, the queen of daytime TV herself put that gossip to rest at an LA press event for her own Queen Sugar this week, saying that the series, meaning Underground, was just too expensive for her to produce. Now, I know that sounds strange coming from Oprah. As rich as she is, you're like, you can't afford it. Well, anyway, let me go on. She stated, "I can't afford Underground. It costs twice as much to make as Queen Sugar. As a matter of fact, my dear friend John Legend called me personally and asked me about it. But we'd already been talking about how we could make it work. It's like $5 million an episode. So we can't afford it. It's not cheap, I think, because it's a period piece." Winfrey also said the show did not make good business sense for her since it didn't have high ratings to justify its high price tag. So now we're still waiting on BET and Hulu. Lord, I hope one of them comes through for us, though. So she's saying that it takes $5 million an episode to produce, and which we know because they have to do a whole lot of changing and adjusting scenery with props and whatnot to make things look like it was back in the 1800s, of course. So, of course, it's going to take a lot of money, a lot of camera crew, and a lot of extras and whatever. So I get it. And plus, we know those actors and actresses on the show, they're well deserving of whatever contract amount that they're getting, and we would hate to see them lose any money for the hard work that they have done. You know, I wish that there was a creative way for Legend and the rest of the producers to cut the cost of producing the show. I mean, what do you think? Y'all tell me in the comments, how could they be creative? What could they do? Could they just reserve themselves to a studio and try to film every episode around the studio like Tyler Perry does a lot of his plays and different things? What should they do? What could they do? There's got to be a better way to at least cut the cost down by maybe a $1.5 million or something without having to touch the salaries of the actors and actresses. I don't know, but it's going to take some creativity, though. What do you think? Do you think that they could use some type of some type of, I don't know, you know how people design backdrops, use computerized backdrops and different things to make scenery? I don't know. This is just me talking now. I mean, they've done everything else. Surely they can come up with a way to cut the production cost, at least on that end. But anyway, I want to know what y'all think about that. But I hope they come through. Something's going to have to fall through. Maybe John Legend is just going to have to relax and just, say, okay, I'm just going to be still. And the minute you let go, the next thing you know, something happens. All right, moving right along. That's where they are with Underground. All right, they're still waiting on Hulu and BET. The next thing I wanted to bring up, I know y'all heard that Mary J. Blige has been ordered to pay her estranged husband, that old raggedy Kendu Isaacs, like $30,000 a month in temporary spousal support. Now, we know that he was asking for $129,000 per month in spousal support. So the judge really gave her a big cut in that area. In my opinion, she shouldn't have to pay him anything. But anyway, it's like I said, it's a whole lot better than what Kendu was asking for. But the actual article reads that Mary J has been ordered to cut estranged husband Martin Kendu Isaacs a somewhat hefty check while their divorce gets settled. But he's not getting nearly as much as he's asked for. The judge has ordered Mary to pay $30,000 per month in temporary spousal support, when he in fact has asked for $129,319 per month. According to TMZ, the court found Martin was entitled to some cash to accommodate the standard of living that he was used to while married to Mary, but also decided that his dream number was totally unreasonable. Mary will also have to pay retroactive spousal support dating back to September and his attorney fees. That comes to a total of $235,000. So if I was reading too fast, what they are saying is that Mary will basically have to give him $30,000 a month, which could range from 1 month to 6 months, depending on how long it takes for their divorce, or even longer, depending on how long it takes to settle the divorce. And if he's a low down dirty dog, knowing Kendu, he will try to drag the divorce proceedings out. So I hope, for Mary's sake, that this thing is settled quickly and swiftly, okay? So in addition to the $30,000 per month, she will have to pay another lump sum amount of $235,000, which includes spousal support retroactive back to September of 2016, plus a small amount of about $55,000, which equates to the $235,000. So like I said, Mary came out, she came out a whole lot better than what she thought she was going to come out, because Kendu was being ridiculous. How you going to ask somebody for $130,000 when you cheated on them the whole marriage? And really, like I said, because he cheated on her, he shouldn't be entitled to anything. I know he used to be her manager, but when she fired him as manager, he should have found him another job. That's what a real man does. He gets him another gig, okay? He shouldn't be trying to live off of his wife. I know Mary had a whole lot of money, but you know what? She was stupid. She was stupid. You don't take care of grown men like that. Grown men should have to, take care of you. And if he can't match you income-wise, then she should not have been with him, because he just had too much time on his hands. Too much time on his hands with his Mickey Mouse looking self. But anyway, I'm going to move on. Y'all ladies, you got to be smarter than that. You got to be smarter than that, okay? The last thing I know that everybody heard about, because they've been talking about it for a couple of years now. Of course, Bill Cosby went to court for the first time for his assault trial this past Monday, June 5th. And his daughter, Rudy Huxtable, showed up to give him moral support in court, y'all. Yes, she did. Keisha Knight Pulliam arrived in court with walking side by side with Mr. Bill Cosby. Now, over the weekend, there was some conversation about whether or not Felicia Rashad was expected to make a show of support. But, of course, that did not happen. According to the New York newspaper that says, holding a wooden cane, Cosby got to the courthouse around 8:40 a.m. on Monday amid a heavy media presence. He chatted amiably with actress Keisha Knight Pulliam, a.k.a. Rudy Huxtable, who played his younger daughter on The Cosby Show. And they walked together past dozens of cameras and into the courthouse. Cosby smiled but said nothing when someone asked him how he was feeling. Bill faces 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault for allegedly drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constand in 2004 at his home. The judge has allowed only one alleged victim to testify because prosecutors want to show Bill has an M.O. If convicted, Bill faces 30 years in prison. Come on, y'all. Y'all know Bill ain't gonna do no prison time. The man 80 years old now, 79, same thing. And you think they're gonna really put him in prison for 30 years? I doubt it. This thing is all about money. That's all that is. So, anyway, but I still want to know what you guys think. Do y'all think Bill Cosby gonna do any time at all, or you think this is really just about money? Because they trying to break him now. That's all I see. And have y'all seen this woman that he supposedly drugged back in the day? Y'all, I've heard so many different details about the case and what happened, and how He supposedly gave her something like a Benadryl, and that she asked for something to relax her. And not only that, but they fondled each other. And he's saying that it was consensual fondling, and they showed that there was no forced sexual contact, there was no penetration or anything. But if he drugged her and gave her something that she didn't ask for, yes, he was wrong, and he needs to answer for that. And there's no denying that. I don't care what the situation is. If he did something like that, he's guilty and he needs to be held responsible. But I don't believe that this situation is everything that people, the media, and the public are trying to make it out to be. Like I said, I don't think Bill is no stand-up man like he's always tried to be. I like Bill Cosby, of course, as an entertainer, but of course he's not perfect as a everyday man, as we can see. But I don't think that these situations, all of them anyway, are what we're trying to make them out to be. And so I just think that to some extent, these women who have been going to Bill's homes knowing that he was married, and not only this particular Angela Constant lady, they tell me that after that situation supposedly happened with the drugging, that she continued to communicate with him or reach out to him afterwards. Like over 50 times she contacted him after the incident. So I don't know. So you have to take things like that into consideration. And y'all, I'm sorry, but that's a funny looking lady. That's a funny looking lady. When I first saw her, I'm like, is this the same woman that he supposedly fondled 13 years ago? Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just being superficial, but she looks kind of strange. She looks like she maybe have had a hard time for the past 13 years. I don't know. I just, ooh. And you know how people are. It's unfortunate, but people will take the way you look and use that against you. I'm telling you, you know, my mom used to tell me when I was a child that unfortunately people like attractive people, and they tend to treat people that they feel are attractive a little bit better. And that's unfortunate. And I kind of feel like that's why they have been kind of hard on her in court these past 3-4 days. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what the outcome is. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to drop those few things on y'all. And it's interesting to know what you guys think about them. Until next time, I'm going to try to get on here a little bit more often, because I do love making these recordings, and I also love making the videos. I'm not sure which shows I'm going to be reviewing coming up this summer. I'm really considering Queen Sugar, depending on how it plays out and depending on my schedule. But yeah, I miss y'all, and I look forward to bringing some interesting stuff to you all in the future. So thank you for listening to this recording, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.